Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Michelle. Today's video is going to be a blast from the past. So that means that all the DIYs are going to be based on a vintage movie. And it's part of a playlist, so that means that all of the videos in this playlist will be various vintage movies. So grab your cup of coffee or your favorite beverage and join me. And the vintage movie my DIYs will be based on is Holiday Inn. To start this DIY, we're going to grab a sleigh ornament. This one is from the Dollar Tree, and these are a couch and TV stand from a house I will use later on in this video. And this is to create the seating in the taxi. Now in the movie, the taxi that brings all of the people to the Holiday Inn is a horse-drawn one. So this is what we're making today. And as you can see, I'm using a combination of super glue and hot glue to attach this to the metal. And then once everything is complete, I'm going to spray paint it black. Now that that's done, all we need to do is attach the different elements. This horse is from a set that I got again from the Dollar Tree, and we'll be using this faux fur muffler that also is from the Dollar Tree to create the fur lining of the seats. If you've seen the movie or the Broadway show, you know that that is covered in fur. So all I'm doing here is just going to glue it down and tuck it in place, and then I will use the felt that was on the back of it to create the seat. Now to create the reins, I'm just going to apply a small dab of hot glue onto the horse's neck, and then I will tie knots into the ends of the twine where the spirals on the front of the sleigh are. Now to create the taxi sign, I'm just going to reuse the cardstock that came with the faux fur muffler, and I'm going to attach it to this red and white gingham ribbon. I am also on Instagram and Pinterest. If you are as well, please consider come and saying hi. I always love talking to you. In the movie, the inn is actually just a plain white house with a black roof. So that's all we're gonna do here. I lost my footage of it, but once the black roof is dry, I will go over it with some white to create the look of snowfall on the roof. And it's as easy as that. As I mentioned in my intro, this is the Blast from the Past DIY challenge, and it is hosted by Simply Becky DIY and the Junker Necker DIY. I will have both of their channels listed in the description box below, as well as the playlist, and I'm really excited to see this, just to see which movies people picked. The Holiday Inn has always been a favorite of mine, and I recently saw the Broadway version on PBS a few years ago during COVID, and I fell in love with it, and there is a quintessential scene in there that I will be showing in the next DIY. Now, I don't remember this scene in the movie, but it was one of my favorites from the Broadway musical, and in it, the cast members are decorating the Christmas tree, and a bunch of them grab the garlands and start jumping rope with them, and I love that. That's one of my favorite scenes from the musical. So we're going to recreate that today. And the still shots are kind of hard to tell what the ratio is of beads and what the pattern is, but I could tell that it was red, green, and white. So we're going to go with that, and I'm going to just make it my own. I love the look of wood beads, so I wanted to still maintain the wood grain look, and to do that I use this staining method, which is just filling a Ziploc bag with a little bit of water, a little bit of paint, mix it around, and then put the beads in and let them sit in that for a little bit, and it creates a really nice look. Now that the beads are dry, we're going to assemble. I wanted to create the look of those finial type ornaments that are from like the 50s. So with the colored beads, I do small, medium, large, medium, small, and then I separate them by white beads, which I got at Walmart, and I'm gonna stick with that throughout the entire garland. Today's coffee break is Veranda Blend by Starbucks, and you'll notice I still have my Halloween stuff up because it was not yet Halloween when I recorded this. So you're getting a little bit of both holidays. When do you start decorating for Christmas? Typically, I decorate after Thanksgiving, but I think this year I may just decorate for Christmas early. If you ever feel like supporting my channel, you can buy me a coffee. All of the information is in my About tab or my description box. Now it's tassel time. I'm just going to be using twine for the tassel, as well as 3 different colors of ribbon. Here I am twisting the wire of the garland and clipping it close to the last beads and then tucking it inside those last beads so nobody gets poked or hurt by the wire. And then I will attach the tassel where that wire is so that way it kind of hides it. If you are liking what you're seeing today, I hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel and turning on notifications so you know whenever I post new videos. My subscribers are fantastic people, and I hope that you will consider joining us. Here I'm just putting a small dab of glue on the knot to keep it from coming undone. And here it is. What do you think? Do you think it looks similar? I got the idea of using a clipboard for this from the channel Whiskey and Wit. I will be sure to link her down below. And I am just going to be using this easel blackboard from the Dollar Tree to help it stand up on its own. And I'm going to be dressing up this clipboard with some vinyl paper that I also found at the Dollar Tree, and I loved the herringbone. I thought it looked kind of vintage looking, so that is why I used it. This was so easy to use. It was easy to remove, but it is still stuck on really, really well, and I'm really impressed with this paper. To find the edges, I'm going to go over them with this black furniture marker, and you'll see in a minute I make a boo-boo, but I go over it with an alcohol wipe and it took it right off, right there. And I really love how the black looks. It really accentuates the herringbone in my opinion. Now I'm going to tea stain the sheet music. Now the song White Christmas, there is a movie called White Christmas, but it was not the first movie to have that song in it. It was actually Holiday Inn, so that's why I'm using the song White Christmas, and it did a really great job. I just popped it in the oven at the very lowest setting for about 5 minutes, and that's how I got this really cool look along the edges, and the tea stain looks perfect. It did lighten the print a little bit, so I did put it back through my printer, and it worked fantastic. Hindsight being 2020, I would tea stain it first and then print it. Now this little bob that I'm putting on here is actually from the sleigh that I used in the first DIY, so nothing went to waste. Here's the final look. I would love to know which one was your favorite. I'm so thankful you spent this time with me, and I hope that you have very happy holidays and Merry Christmas. And until I see you in the next video, take care.